The South African people are resilient and incredibly just people. The essence of Ubuntu and the African spirit is a truly human one. So you have to live with the people to know them and to know what they feel. Then, on the other hand, we have within our communities the settlers who take the benefits of the country but are not bonded to the country. They focus only on their privilege. They are essentially aggressive, exploitative, violent and vile in their behavior and in their action and in the way in which they live amongst us. So the same as you would find in Israel, the US, Canada, Australia, New Zealand, all of the settler colonies. So if you want to know how people feel in South Africa about the issue, look at how they act in a way with each other, and also how they respond to the land. So for the Zionists and the settlers, South Africa is a milking cow. It is about profit and personal well-being that prioritizes white superiority and white supremacy. For the rest, the country is about spirit. It is about life. It is about ancestors. It is about heritage. Hence, we identify with the Palestinians. We identify with the genocide, with the destruction of their identity, the destruction of their culture, the destruction of their land, their environment, their spirit, their heritage. And so the rest of the South Africans give 100% support to our government. Despite being a people of meager means, because the majority are very poor, the hearts of the South African majority is incredibly big and generous, and it is about, it is about the humanity of the oppressed that they are responding to, because they themselves know, we know what it feels like to be dehumanized. We know what it's like to be constantly told that we are barbaric, that we are violent, that we are savage, that we are stupid, that we have no intellect, we have no capacity, we have no skills. And as a result, as South Africans, we cannot simply stand by and allow this to continue without doing anything about it. But more specifically, as South Africans, we have said that, there can never be apartheid again, not whilst we are here. And so it is important for us to make sure that for as long as we are here, that we say no to apartheid. Any state that practices apartheid, any state that exists on the premises of apartheid, which involves the oppression of the majority of the people, not in our day and age, and not whilst we have the voice to challenge this absolute evil. So what we find is that what we do have here is the white liberals in South Africa, mostly the white liberals, with their double standards and the hypocrisies and forked tongues, where the only lives that matter are white lives. And so they try to engage us, with words, trying to distort the picture, to eradicate the context, and they go to words like reasoned discussion about the genocide, which they refuse to even call a genocide. And this is typical of them, because this is how they try to push South Africans to a kind of conversation that speaks about civil discourse and reasoned interchange, as if talking about the atrocities, talking about the genocide, taking action against the genocide is uncivil, barbaric, or even backward. And this is what they do. They distort the narrative. So if you ask them, it will be actually important for all of us to start asking them, will they say the same? Will they speak about a civil discourse, a reasoned interchange? For example, if say the Holocaust was happening now, live streamed, and you see that the Nazis perpetuating these crimes on the Jews or on white life, would they still go to that very same argument? So it does not make sense for us as South Africans to listen to these voices. And fortunately, I think, as I've said before, that since Fees Must Fall, there is a significant awakening in the South African consciousness about how language is used, how narratives are misrepresented, and how false consensus is generated. But fortunately, South Africans are moving away from that, and they're separating themselves from the racists who live amongst us. And we are saying no. We're saying no to racism, no to apartheid, no to settler colonialism, and definitely no to genocide.